It should be on now. It says we're live right now, so if you want to check, make sure the volume and everything is coming through.
Let's see.
All right.
There you go. There you go.
Okay.
Let's see. Uh, yeah, it's
Mic
good.
check. All right, Con. Mike, let me make sure mic check on my end.
Yeah, it's
Mic
good.
check. All right, Con. Mike, let me make sure mic check. Yep, we good to go. All right, we good to go. Shalom, shalom. Shalom. First things first, we want to give our honor and praise unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh, and we say Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rashon. And we give double honors to our apostles and our elders, which are the apostle elders, a great millstone, which feeds with knowledge, wisdom, and understanding through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai, 2025, which is the hopeful year of our deliverance and judgment, and the hopeful judgment of Esau, man. All right. We're out here for the 144,000 and 1/3 of Israel. Hey, shalom to the brother on the comment board. The water for letting us know, brother. We out here for the 144,000, which are the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which are spread out through the four corners of the planet Earth. That's the elect, and the 1/3 also, which are the men, women, and children that do believe in this truth. All right, that may not be on the level of prophets, but we're in great, terrible, beautiful. I mean, everything you could ask for in the time. That's how we know that this is the Heavenly Father's story, because this is we can't tell you what's next. We can only tell you that things are getting ready to come down the pike. All right, we got Nero. We got Nero showing his horns. We got Babylon. Is that you heard about the situation with the Haitians? They try to run up on Levi, and they got turned up, man.
Yeah, they gonna they yeah, they are now coming for the Southern Kingdom.
Then I said, bro, didn't I tell you that said that at camp?
Yep, they gonna come for Benjamin and Judah too.
Yep. And then he's talking about revoking citizenship.
Yep.
He's talking about, for those that are here, he's talking about revoking. But the apostle brought out a key point, is that it's really a blessing, because the Lord is getting those that aren't going to be delivered up out of here. All right. And that, if you on this place, this is the most dangerous place to be in these last days. All right. If nobody went out there and told you, this is the lake of fire. Okay. This is the place that's going to be turned into a lake of fire. All right. If you look at the current situation dealing with the fossil fuels that's over here, the fracking, the natural gases, the gas stations, the power plants, once those things ignite, all right, me and his brother brought out the story about the longest burning coal fire in America. Has been burning for what, 50 plus years? So, and it's scheduled to burn for another 250 years. So that's why it says that the smoke of a burning shall ascend up. All right. The same thing, Sodom and Gomorrah wasn't burning forever, but it says it was hit with eternal fire. Okay. Because sulfur is an eternal burning thing. It burns out itself. You can't put sulfur out. You almost gotta smudge it out. But that's a whole nother lesson for another time. As you see, the title of the video today is "What is the Bummer Lamb?" Okay. Me and his brother went into this on our street speaking, and we touched on it a little bit, and we said we're gonna do a sit down. So call hello Yabashim Al Shah for allowing us to be able to sit down and get into it. I think it's a very spiritual thing, because they call GMS bums. They call us the bum camp, actually. We're known as the bum camp, but then they don't know that there's actually a terminology called the bummer lamb. Okay. So this is the Lord. What does it say? In the foolishness of the Most High is wiser than men. If you want to go ahead and pull out the definition, get a couple of those definition for bummer lambs, and we'll start from there.
And real quick,
Go ahead.
Being deported, that happened to us back in the ancient world anyway. It's an ancient custom. It happened then. It's happening all over again now.
Yep. By the same people.
Right. Plus, this is not our home anyway. All right. A bummer lamb meaning. Yep. It says a bummer lamb refers to a lamb that has been rejected by his mother. The ewe. This rejection can happen for various reasons, including the ewe lamb having twins and only being able to care for one.
See, so we would be those. We would be that lamb that was rejected because Yahweh Shai was the first of the rejection.
Mm-hmm.
It says that he was rejected. It says
Oh, meaning.
the
Yep.
stones that the builder rejected has now become
Mm-hmm.
the chief of the corner. So, and if we be in this camp and if we be in the spirit of Yahushai, guess what? We are rejected by the same ones that rejected Yahushai.
Yep.
And those men are back here today in Babylon. So everything is spiritual. Go ahead, bro.
It say yep, it says the mother dying or the ewe simply not accepting the lamb. Mm. Without human intervention, the bummer lambs are unlikely to survive.
See? So that's why the Lord said he wouldn't put nothing on us that we couldn't handle.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's not for, that's pretty much saying if it wasn't for Yahweh Shai Shai's spiritual intervention and Yahweh Shai's intervention, we all would be cooked.
Right.
We all would be, we perish by the wayside. There wouldn't be no need for us because really our true woman is the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of who we are. And that was taken from us. We were rejected because the Lord pretty much kicked us out of paradise again.
Right.
Same way he did Adam.
Yep. Because let me get this script real quick.
Kinda.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. Hold on. Sirach 4, I believe it's 13, I think. Sirach 4. Okay, Sirach 4 and I'll start at 17.
Okay, con.
It says, for at the first she will walk with him by crooked ways and bring fear and dread upon him, and torment him with her discipline, until she may trust his soul and try him by her laws. Now, the discipline part is when the prophets warned us about what would happen to us, such as Jeremiah and all that, right? We refused to listen. That was wisdom speaking, like, hey, this is what's going to happen to you if you don't get right. So wisdom was showing us tough love and showing us the discipline by showing us a correction and rebuke. But we didn't want to listen to it though. We was being hard headed, basically. To say, then she will return the straight way unto him and comfort him and shew him her secrets. But if he go wrong, she will forsake him and give him over to his own ruin. So we were given over to our own ruin. So wisdom, it left us. It gave us over to our own ruin. And look how Jake is acting now.
Yeah. Let these women talking about letting their coochie breathe. You know, and the thing about it is I was listening to, some of them older songs and you had a woman saying, I die if I can't love my man. I love my man so much. I love him like the breath I breathe. Women used to serenade they men.
Yeah.
Even though we were fresh out of slavery, but we still had that remnant of love, there were women used to sing and those songs men would listen to too. Now it's a one-sided thing. They make music that men will only listen to, and then they make music that only women would listen to. You don't see no man bumping the Sexy Red album. I'm gonna have to worry about that. I'm gonna have to truly worry about a nigga that got the whole Sexy Red album on repeat.
Yeah.
So back then, women used to make music that men could themselves relate to because they were singing to men. So the men wanted to listen to those songs. They wanted to put those songs in the repertoire. Look at Gladys Knight. Look at Aretha Franklin. All these women that used to sing love and praises to their men. Now we have a generation of women that literally make music to talk about their man, disrespect them, show lack of even care for him. My fuck my baby daddy. Some of these women are setting men up to get put to death. But that's neither here nor there. But that's a part of us falling and a part of us going into this hell that we in. Go ahead, bro.
Let's go back to Bummerland meaning.
Yep. And let's start from the top. Read the whole definition.
Okay. It's a bummer lamb refers to a lamb that has been rejected by its mother, the ewe. This rejection can happen for various reasons, including the ewe having twins and only being able to care for one, the mother dying, or the ewe simply not accepting the lamb. Without human intervention, the bummer lambs are unlikely to survive. Here's a more detailed explanation. Rejection. Ewes may reject lambs due to various factors, including complications during birth, um, uh, uh, um, says insufficient milk production, or simply a lack of maternal instinct. Wow.
Yep. That's why it says cruel. The daughters of the women of our nation are cruel as the ostriches. So we can just liken that unto us being rejected as the curses, as us not being able to, and then being rejected by our own people. Because what a lot of these other camps in GTP, it tells us that we are not liked. That shows you that these other camps can't say nothing, because how is it an AI detecting your hatred? Ain't that a bitch? AI has detected the hatred of who they hate, but the Lord said it. It says, "You shall be hated by what? By all men for my name's sake." So the chat has already told you that we would have to be under that prophecy. We would have to fulfill that, because there's no other camps that literally has said that nobody likes them, pretty much. And that's the bums. They call us bum camps, but that's the bummer lambs. Not saying there's other bummer lambs that may not be in our ilk or may not be in our umbrella, but the main point is that we were rejected among men the same way Yahushua was rejected and was comforted by the Father. But the main point on bummer lamb is that what we would not have survived if it wasn't for the intervention of Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
Right.
Go ahead, bro.
It's a survival. Bummer lambs are vulnerable and require human care to survive. Often needing to be bottle fed and kept warm.
What did Yahushua say? It says, if you, I will stand and I will knock at the door.
Yep.
And if you open, I will what? I will come in and I will sup with thee.
Sup with you. Yep.
So we're being fed. We're not being fed by the church. We're not being fed by these other religions. We're being fed directly by the shepherd, which that is an actual trait of a bummer lamb. The shepherd would have to take that lamb and would have to bottle feed that lamb milk from another goat or another sheep, and actually spoon feed that lamb. What do you think is happening today with this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding? That's why the Lord said, "I will walk with thee by what? By crooked ways." Oh, you got come on, it's a lot. It's a lot, bro.
No, you're right. Now, shepherd's role is the next one.
Okay, Khan. I jumped the gun. It's a lot.
Yeah, it's all good though.
Yeah.
It say in agricultural settings, a shepherd will often take a bummer lamb under their care, providing bottle feeding, like you said, warmth, and even keeping the lamb close to their heartbeat.
Ooh, I ain't know that one.
Now, in the photos the brother has on Instagram that he made, there's a reason why he always has a picture of Yahushua with a lamb basically close to his heart.
Damn, yeah. That's a spiritual. We didn't know that happens, because the lamb has to be brought to the heart of the shepherd. So that's saying what? I would share my intimate moments with you.
Yeah.
So the Lord has the elect close to his what?
The heart.
Man, check that out.
It's a mimicking the comfort a mother would provide.
Ooh.
Mm.
That's man. So the lamb is memorizing the heartbeat.
Yep. Mm-hmm. That's why it say what he calleth his own sheep by name.
Mm.
They don't know the voice of strangers.
Mm.
See, so that lets you know that lambs, they have to be provided for every day. They cannot be they cannot be left alone for even a few minutes because they can easily veer off, or they can get taken by a wolf. See, that's why I say, well, I was uh I was daily in the temple.
Yep.
Daily, hold on. Temple. See if I can find that. Yep. This is Matthew. Well, Mark. This is Mark 14 and 49. 144. It say,
Hey.
I was daily with you in the temple teaching, and ye took me not.
Mm.
But scriptures must be fulfilled. So Yahushua was daily teaching, just like we do now, man.
That's right.
Daily.
Right.
Because we know the sheep are very vulnerable and will walk off.
Yep. That's why we protect them from the wolves, which are these other doctrines that these guys.
Mm-hmm.
That's the wolf right there, because the wolf in the ancient world was being taught by Yahushua. It says you are your father, the devil. So
Yep.
the main opposition to the gospel was these Sadducees and Pharisees that were pushing all types of doctrine that wasn't biblical,
Yep.
or it wasn't the right breakdown. Let's say that they knew the stories, but they didn't know the breakdown of the stories to push them in the right manner.
Right.
Go
Mm-hmm.
ahead, bro.
Let's go back. Okay, a symbolism. In some contexts, the term Burma lamb is used to symbolize someone who has experienced rejection or hardship,
Mm.
with the shepherd representing a figure of love, care, and guidance. That's it on, hold on. Okay. Hmm. It says, what is a Burma lamb in the Bible, right? Once a ewe rejects one of her lambs, she will never change her mind. Damn. Basically saying, hey, fuck him. Golly.
Yeah, but the Lord said that to us. He said He's gonna do away with Israel.
Yeah. Yeah.
He said, man, get these people away from me, man.
Mm-hmm. He say, well, I despise your feast days and all that.
Hey, Khan. He
It
said, I
say,
will not hear you when you cry.
mm-hmm. Damn. It say, these little lambs will hang their heads so low that it looks like something is wrong with their neck.
Damn.
Mm.
And it says what does Skip say? They drag the knuckles. If I'm not mistaken, they damn, because that's the curses, us holding our heads down.
Yep.
That's symbolic of us being in the curses, because what does the curses bring? Depression.
Yeah.
It brings a what does it say? You said, you read it earlier. She will try you by her works,
Mm-hmm.
until she may trust your soul. So we lost hope pretty much. That's what Jake was. Till I found these precepts, I was looking, but I didn't know what I would find.
Right. Yeah.
But until then, I was hurt. Like, I didn't know what life meant, really. Like, I in myself, I was like, damn, is this it? Is this everything?
Right.
There's got to be more to life than this. See?
It say, their spirit is broken.
Damn.
These lambs are called bummer lambs unless the shepherd intervenes. That lamb will die, rejected, and alone.
Ooh, what it say, that they should not, they should die in a polluted land?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the bummer lamb needs his shepherd, needs the shepherd to feed him and guide him. Right? The shepherd can't leave that lamb alone. He has to always be with him. That's right. That's why Yahweh asked Peter,
if you love
do you love me? Feed my sheep, feed my lambs.
Yep.
So that lets you know how important it is, man.
Yep. Because he's the good shepherd. It says the good shepherd layeth his life down, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's heavy. That's heavy. That means that you could see them, they're depressed lambs. So it's spiritual that they call us the bum camp. Yeah, we are, because what the scripture also says, it says, set a mark upon the men that what? That sigh and cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. So really, the ones that's supposed the Lord is sealing for the elect got to be sighing and crying. We're holding our heads down. We're like, damn, man, we in hell, you know.
Wow.
Heavy, bro.
Let's see. Okay. Well, yeah, that's it though for that though.
That's it on that, on the Bible one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Con, we'll jump to Ezekiel 3 and 4. We'll go through the priest. So we set the tone of what a bummer lamb is. A bummer lamb is ones that were rejected. All right. They were rejected by the ewe, the mother, and then they have no one to tend to care for them. So they're taken under the shepherd's care and watchful eye until they're strong enough to go back into the fold without needing a mother.
Mm-hmm.
And they also can die from broken hearts, that they die from being so depressed and they're being rejected that the shepherd has to give them hope. He has to reinstall hope into them. That's what it means. So Yahweh Shai is that vessel, that shepherd that is installing hope back in us as being the elect, the hopeful elect.
Yep.
All right. So we just want to set the tone of what is a bummer lamb. A bummer lamb is a very spiritual thing because the elect are the bummer lambs, because we're rejected of men and we're rejected of our own people. All right. Because the 1/3 and the 2/3 will not want the 1/3. Okay. That's why they're not likened unto being close to the understanding of this truth. And the Lord is only looking for what? Those bummer lambs. What does it say? A contrite and what? Broken spirit is the sacrifice of the Lord.
Yep.
See? So read that last part again about the lambs holding their head down.
Oh, okay, Con. It say, let's see. Yep. It say, these little lambs will hang their heads so low that it looks like something is wrong with their neck. Their spirit is broken. These lambs are called bummer lambs unless the shepherd intervenes. That lamb will die, rejected and alone.
See? So what did the Lord say? A broken and contrite spirit. So that's what those bummer lambs are in.
Yeah.
They're in a broken and contrite spirit. So us being, so it's spiritual that these guys even call us bums. It's not about us, but it's the same. The bummer is a representation of the elect. But for a focal point, you can say GMS, you can say brothers that are pushing the same doctrine, the same spirit, the same energy. All right. Because but on the other end, the lamb or the shepherd, which was a lamb, is now tended to those bummer lambs. So he's the one that's feeding them bottle fed. That about those bummer lambs, he takes them under his care and he spoon feeds them. He gives them nourishment as if the mother was giving it to him. So the same thing is what Yahushua is doing to the elect on this side. He's feeding them with the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Is that it on that, my brother?
Oh yeah. Ezekiel 3 and 4.
34 and 11 into 12.
Okay.
Yeah, Ezekiel 34 and 11 to 12. Hey, shalom to the brothers coming on the comment board. I think the brother in his likeness is on there too. They're in his likeness. Shalom, Mike.
Okay. Ezekiel 34 and 11 it say, for thus saith Yahweh power, behold, I, even I, will both search my sheep and seek them out.
See?
Yeah.
See? So this is that's why it's relating to a sheep. The Lord Himself is searching out for these bummer lambs
Yeah.
and the lambs that he needs to tend to and care for. See, keep going.
It say, as a shepherd seeketh out his flock in the day that he is among his sheep, they that are scattered. So I
Mm,
will seek out my sheep and will deliver them out of all places where they
mm.
have been scattered in the cloudy and dark day.
Come on, you got it.
All right, man. So the that proves that the nation of Israel has been scattered into all nations. But it says, and will deliver them out of all places where they have been scattered. This ain't talking about everybody. This is talking about Yasha Allah, man. This is talking about the nation of Israel, man. We've been scattered into all nations, and you will have some jakes that will come looking like the heathen, that will come looking like Moab, Ammon, Ishmael. You will even have some jakes that will come looking like Elam.
Shit, Amalek.
That will come looking like a straight up Persian. Come on,
Man,
man.
they'll come looking like a small hat with a cock to the side.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Hey, hey, we can't, but it's not us to judge. That's why it says
Right,
this is you can't go into a man's yard or in a man's vineyard and start judging his grapes. You know what I'm saying?
right, right.
You you
Like,
you you, you in there judging that man's grapes like you planted them. You ain't planted them. You just come in the harvest, man.
yeah, yeah. I don't trust these grapes. Something wrong with them. Like, you didn't plant these grapes, man. You know what? Leave.
Yeah, yeah. Negro, pick the grapes. Get your penny and pick the grapes.
Right.
So the same,
Hmm.
we don't know how the Lord's lambs are gonna come looking. It's not our story. It's not our. It's not your favorite. And this world ain't about pleasing you, Jake. Once you
Right.
get yourself out of the mentality, then you can go a lot further. This world ain't the Lord ain't got to please you. The Most High said that you were unprofitable servants anyway. So
Hmm.
we're not prolific in this thing. That's why the angels in heaven, the elders, they cast their crowns down at the Lord's feet because He's the one worthy of praise and honor. Because if it wasn't for His Spirit, none of us would be here.
Right.
So what are we to come up and try to say what we want and how this should look? The Lord made it. That's actually a miracle that Most High can have His people be hid, even to look like these other nations to the T that you can't even spot them out. So there's no way to do away with Israel on the planet Earth. There's no way to do it.
Right. It say, and I will bring them out from the people and gather them from the countries. And I will bring them to their own land and
Mhm.
feed them upon the mountains of Israel by the rivers and in all the inhabited places of the country.
Mm.
Mm.
See, that's the deliverance. This gonna be
Yep.
a world. It's gonna be a worldwide deliverance. The Lord is gonna grab Jake here. He's gonna grab Jake there, and but a lot of the deliverance is gonna take place in Babylon the Great, in the lake
Hmm.
of fire. Okay.
It say, and I will feed them in a good pasture, and upon the high mountains of Israel shall their fold be.
And what's the good pasture? That's the gospel. That's
Hmm.
the real breakdowns. The pat because it says, though He leadeth me by still waters, and the pastures are small groups of grass that you got to move around because this was in the desert area. So
Hmm.
you gotta walk them. You gotta walk a long way with them for all of them to get fed good because they gotta go here. There's a little bit of grass. They go here. There's a little bit of grass, and then it's an uncertain journey. But they trust the shepherd.
Yeah. Remember that video on YouTube you showed me
Kind,
years ago?
kind.
Uh, mm, I forgot the name of it, but
Says though he leadeth me, but now I think that was the Psalms. They were going into Psalms with David.
okay, yeah, yeah. It say, uh, Khan says, and it says, there shall they lie in a good fold,
Mm.
and in a fat pasture shall they feed upon the mountains of Israel.
Man, that's it. So that's the kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
That's the kingdom. Jump down to go to Luke 15 and 47.
Gotcha.
And then if you get any precepts rolling in there.
All right, this is the book of Luke, chapter 15, verse 47.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Luke 15?
Uh
Oh,
yeah, Luke 15. Is Luke 15 there?
yeah, but it only go up to verse 33 and not up to verse 32 though.
Okay. Let's start. Now jump to Isaiah 40 and 11 then.
Okay,
To lock your brother.
it's all good.
Yeah, the points in Isaiah. We'll get the point out of Isaiah.
Isaiah 47 and 11. It says, therefore shall evil come upon thee. It says, thou shalt not know from whence it riseth, and mischief shall fall upon thee.
Mm-hmm.
Thou shalt not be able to put it off, and desolation shall come upon thee
Yep.
suddenly, which thou shalt not know.
Mm-hmm.
Stand now with thine enchantments, and with the multitude of thy sorceries, when thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be thou shalt be able to profit, if so be thou mayest prevail.
Yep. Because these elites and everything that they're doing now, they have to stand on this magic magi bullshit they've been pushing. The
Mm-hmm.
Lord is gathering the lambs and he's gathering his chosen. But these elites on the left hand side, they got to dig in deeper to the wickedness. They got
Mm-hmm.
deep in digger. That's why all these things are coming out with these camps. They locking in. That a lot of them, they're gonna be sacrifices, man. They're gonna try because those Roman games were sacrificial games to the gods of Rome, the pantheon.
Mm-hmm.
Because that shows you that in the last Gladiator movie, when the emperor was making a decision about the so-called live and to kill or to save, and he had to shake up, and he's talking about he was a conduit of the gods, all that. So that was a ritual. So the same thing now with these alligator alleys and all those are rituals, and then they want to live stream escape. That where the hell that coming from? That's like purge, Hunger Game type shit.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Art.
It say it says thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers, stargazers, and monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee
Mm.
from these things that should come upon thee.
Yep.
But the thing is though, there ain't no saving these elites from what's coming upon them. Because
Mm.
Bible prophecy is coming to pass. They won't escape. They won't escape, man. You devils have to pay for what you've done.
Double.
Bottom line, end of story. Hey, you don't like it? That's not my problem.
Double. They got to get a double shot.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So so can't no one take the elites uh, out of the hands of Yahweh Shai. They're in their hands for a reason.
Mm.
Cain has been caught
Mm.
because the fugitive is because Esau, because Cain is a fugitive, right? And a lot of fugitives be on the run for years.
Yeah, they'll change. And then what do people do when they change when they run? They change their appearance.
Yep. Such as if they have a beard, they're gonna cut it off.
They got long hair.
They're gonna cut it off.
Yep.
They're gonna change clothes and all that.
Esau did the same thing. It says he's hiding himself.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, the fugitive has been caught. He's been caught Edomite handed. He's been caught eating my handed, man. He's been caught. Hey.
He's been caught Joshua handed.
Yeah, I Joshua handed, yeah.
And we telling you. That's why the Lord said He gonna get him with the strength, the spirit of His mouth. We're just telling you because the Lord speaks through man, and He ain't gonna break it. Just because we were broken, He just made us vessels good enough for Him to use to push forth this word. So we're really not. That's why it says we're unprofitable servants. The Lord just cleaned us up enough to where He could come and dwell with us to give us His word, which is pure. That's why it says the word of the Lord is pure 7 times 7 in a fiery citron, or it's pretty much, it says it's purified 7 times 7. So this word is pure. It's like just like charcoal has touched the mouth of the prophet, it's touched our mouths. And once we're cleansed, we can go out and speak the word to the children of Israel and let them know that, hey, time is at hand. Repent. See?
Yep.
Go ahead, bro.
It's a
that it on that? On 11?
Yeah.
Okay, jump to John 10 and 11. And then jump from 11, you can go to 14 to 15.
Okay. John 10 and 11. Let's see. All right, John chapter 10, verse 11. It says, I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd giveth his life for the sheep.
Quoted that earlier. Come on.
Now, Yahweh did that for his elect. See, he did it for the nation of Israel, but first and foremost for the elect of the nation of Israel. Because the nation of Israel, all right, because the elect of the nation of Israel, their sins has been what?
A lot of that have been taken away.
Right. Their sins have been forgiven and no longer remembered. They say, but he that is an hireling and not the shepherd, whose own sheep are not, seeth the wolf coming and leaveth the sheep and fleeth, and the wolf catcheth them and scattereth the sheep. See, so what these other guys are doing, they are hirelings because they don't give a fuck about the sheep.
They don't give a fuck about themselves.
Right. So they feeding the sheep bullshit, and the sheep are being what, man? Poisoned.
Malnourished.
Right. Yeah, the sheep are being malnourished, and he see the wolf coming, he leaves. What you leaving for? See, so he don't give a damn about the sheep. Yep. He's a hireling. He's only doing it for the money. He's only doing it to fulfill his belly.
Yep. Count them Monet.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. Like your buddy said, I got the money.
I got the money. Niggas ain't shit, bro.
At all.
Niggas ain't shit. I mean, at the end of it, how long you gonna sell out to something that's about to be burnt up?
Right.
If it ain't gold and silver, and you don't really need gold and silver because they can rob you for it. So that's why it says your daily bread. We're not there's gonna be a time where we won't have no space to put our money. We won't have no places to store the treasures and gold. It's gonna be laying out back somewhere. You know, we're gonna have abundant.
Because in the scriptures it says, thou shalt have the wealth of many lands. It also says that gates shall be open continually.
To bring the forces of the Gentiles. Day nor night. To bring the forces of the Gentiles.
Gentiles. Come on, man. So we gonna have everything that we've ever desired in the kingdom. So, Jake, on this side, what are we losing? We ain't losing nothing because we ain't got shit no way. See, but in the kingdom, we're gonna have everything, man. Everything. But whatever you want, you'll be able to get it. And we won't have to spend no money no way because it's ours anyway.
Yeah, we're gonna pay ourselves. That's what happens when you got slaves. You gonna have to pay. You're gonna pay the master.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna that's why I said we're gonna give our men a continual employment, man.
Yep.
You got it?
Verse
14.
13.
Yeah, jump to 14 and 15.
Okay, gotcha. It says, I am the good shepherd and know my sheep.
See? Bummer
and
lamb.
am known of mine.
And that means the bummer lambs know the voice of the Lord. So going back to the bummer lamb, the bummer lambs are carried by the shepherd. So there's a video where these women go out to it's like two women and a guy. They go out to a field and they do the same call that the shepherd calls the sheep in, but they all tried to do it the same, but they could not mimic it, or they mimicked it, but the sheep would not come. But then all of a sudden, the shepherd calls the lambs, and they all perk their heads up because they actually know the voice. Sheep actually know the voice of their shepherd.
Right.
So it's not symbolic. It's actually a true. What does it say? It's a reality thing. So how much more? And they said the bummer lambs are the ones that come first. When the shepherd comes calling, the bummer lambs are the ones that will drop everything and come to the shepherd first, because the other lambs are looking at it from a standpoint of, oh, he got some food for us, or, damn, I guess he got something to do, pretty much some food. That's all they coming for. But the bummer lambs, they hear just like if they're hearing their mama call them.
Mm-hmm.
See how beautiful that is?
Yeah.
That's why it says the sheep know of my voice and they follow me, man.
Yeah. They say what he calleth his own sheep by name. So he calleth his own sheep by name. Each sheep has their own name.
Yep.
And
That's
they
right.
know their name. They say, as the Father knoweth me, even so know I the Father, and I lay down my life for the sheep.
Mm. That's right.
Wow.
Oh, hello, man.
Wow.
Oh, hello. So niggas that don't want to, Negroes that don't want to push the word and push the Yahushua's name, you tripping, man.
They are not a part of his sheep.
That's right.
They are not a part of his flock. So if they don't want to, call on his name, hey, they bring a judgment upon themselves.
Swift damnation.
To say, and other sheep I have which are not of this fold, them I also must bring, and they shall hear my voice. And there shall be one fold and one shepherd.
See?
So there's only one fold and one shepherd. Yahushua is that shepherd.
And Israel is that fold.
Yep. And Israel is that fold. And there is no other nation in that fold. There's no Moabites, there's no Ammonites, there's no Edomites, there's no
Japhites.
Right. No Yashamayala in that. No.
Yeah.
Only Israel, man. That's the flock. Because it say what? The kingdom has what? 12 gates. 12 gates, which are the 12 tribes of Israel.
Man. And they don't ever get over that.
And their names are written on the gates.
Yeah.
Where's the gate for Moab? Where's the gate for Eve?
Yep.
Come on, man.
And then you got that guy, that dark Vader looking ass Negro, the church dude. I forget his name, but he was sitting there talking about why you got stones by your Bible. You praying with crystals by your Bible. I said, Negro, have you not read Revelation? There's crystals all in the stone walls.
Exactly.
What is he talking about?
Because the gates will be made out of a single pearl.
Man.
Like, what do he think the priests had on their garments?
Man, you don't know. You don't know. That's why he made that comment. He said, you got quartz crystals by your Bible, and you're trying to. So I said, man, dude, you never read Revelation, bro. You don't. You're saying Esau corrupts things. Should
Yeah.
we, because Esau got harp, should we not use weather now?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got harp control. He's got all those shits. Yeah, oh well, but the weather still stands on its own. Them
Mhm.
stones ain't good or evil. They stones. They ain't got no it, but the Lord using it in the right way in the context of what he wants to adorn the kingdom of heaven. But these guys that
Mhm.
are talking these wayward things, oh, you're the, because it's a control thing. These are sheep, these are wolves. These are wolves that are biting the sheep. That's why the Lord is more glorified in this lesson as being a shepherd that cares for a sheep. That means also when you were the broken, rejected version of yourself, the Lord still will come and care for you, because if you are part of his sheep, he will come and shepherd you. He will
Mhm.
nourish, he will have a personal nourishing relationship with you. And like you read earlier, it says that the shepherd lets the ewe lamb hear his heartbeat.
Mhm.
What's the heartbeat of Yahushua? It says, "Lo, I come in the volume
Know the
of the
book.
book. It
It
is
is written of
written."
me.
See? So how we get to the how is us being bummer lambs hearing the heartbeat of the shepherd? By reading the book. He's in the book.
Right.
He's right there in the book.
Because it say this in Proverbs 8.
Come on, bro.
Proverbs 8, the last verse. You know. Okay, Proverbs 8 and 36. It
Uh-huh.
says, well, I'll start at 35. Whoso findeth me, well, hold on. 34. Blessed is the man that heareth me, watching daily at my gates, waiting at the post of my doors. For whoso findeth me findeth life,
Mm,
and shall obtain favor of Yahweh.
mm.
But he that's say, but he that sinneth against me wrongeth his own
Long
soul.
soul.
So if you refuse to call on the name Yahweh Shai, if you refuse to respect Yahweh Shai's position, you sin against him. You wrong your own soul.
That's right.
Meaning he's going to destroy. He's going to kill you.
Yeah.
Bottom line, because it say what? Uh 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 them that will not have me reign over them, bring hither and slay them before me.
That's right. And it says, kiss the son.
Yep, at least he be angry.
Mm.
It say, all they that hate me love death. So if you hate, the good shepherd, if you hate Yahweh Shai, you love death.
Mm.
And he's going to give you what you love.
That's why it says in the Apocrypha, it says that they should feed them with idols, with things belonging unto
Yep.
idol. So they're gonna be fed with that MOTB. That's what, man.
Mm-hmm.
We're coming to the time where Jake, you're gonna have to stand on, what does Jake say? Stand on your business, man.
Yeah.
Do not turn, do not go to changing Nate. We watching Nate. Nate knows that, but out of pride, he might just go ahead and say, fuck it, take it, just out of pride, man. Because
Mm-hmm.
because if he does that, that means he's gonna have to prove GMS right. And then what is this congregation gonna say? What else were they right about?
Right.
If they were
Yep.
right about this, what else are they right about? He don't want that. He can't. That's something he can't handle, man. He can't handle that type of pressure.
Mm.
And these other guys too, these other wayward camps, we come into the time where, look, you have to make up a decision. Just like if you come into a title fight and you've been eating ho-hos and buns all day, okay, and you ain't
Yeah.
done shit, you ain't ran no laps, but then all of a sudden you see your competitor or you see your teammate, he's in the gym every day, he's running his laps, he's doing the things that he ought to do, he's motivating himself. Who do you think is going to be a better teammate? The one that's been prepared for the battle to come.
Right.
And we're not going to have time when that MOTB is let out. We're going to tell you, man, go to the sellers and buy, man.
Right.
Y'all gotta
Yep.
go buy. There's enough videos up there if the double keeps them up there, but they
Mm-hmm.
might not even have internet access like that. No freelance internet access. Only only what does it say? Priority only. Man,
Mm-hmm.
you want to stand on whatever you develop. You have to eat the fruits of your labor, man.
Yeah, because because we can't give you some of our oil because it won't be none left for us.
Nah. And that time we already doing it now. The market is open right now.
Mm-hmm.
The spiritual
Yep.
market is open. Come get the oil, man. Why
Yep.
you think the apostles and elders have got the spirit to do videos every day? Some multiple times a day. That is the market being open to you.
Mm-hmm.
So once the market is closed by way of what? A blackout, who knows what? That means there's no more time to go by. There's no more. The shop is closing. The apostles and elders are going to be put back into a safe position, and these guys are
Mm-hmm.
going to have to fend for themselves, man.
Right. So the market is open. The doors are unlocked. The table is filled with beautiful oil.
Mm, mm.
You want some, take it, but hold on to it.
Eat till you full.
Right. What we're not going to do is force this oil upon you, man. We ain't no. If you don't want it, hey, that's on you. But the blood is off our hands because we told your ass. You didn't want to listen, nigga.
Yeah. You wanted to make fucking FRNs.
Right.
They wanted to dance. That's why Yahweh said, you of your father, the devil,
Exactly.
and the
And the lust of
lust
the father.
you will do.
Yeah.
So Esau loves money because he's scared. That's why he wants to control everything, because he's a scary man. Esau's the
Yeah.
most scary. He's the scariest nation on the planet Earth.
Mm-hmm.
He has to have all control and all sight because he's afraid of somebody running up on him for all the money that he got stole from every damn body, man.
Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's why he wants robots and all these, because those are dependable. He's scared of his own security guards that might pop him over the head and take it what he's got, take all his bread. They're already built bigger, so they ain't trusting them.
Mm-hmm.
See, you got anything else on that precept?
No, that's it. Hold on, let's see.
Okay.
Uh
It should have been John 14 and it should have been John 10, 14, and 15.
yep. He is done.
Okay, Kyle, give me Psalms 23 and 1 to 3. Yep, Psalms 23 and 1.
All right, Psalms 23 and 1 to 3. It says, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua is my shepherd, I shall not want.
Mm.
He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He
Pastures.
leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul.
That's it. That's the one we wanted earlier. Call hello.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
That's the one. That's the one right there.
It say, He leadeth me in the path of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil.
Mm-hmm.
For thou art with me, thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me.
So they're saying that the lambs and the sheep of the Lord will be in the valley of the shadow of death.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't say Papua New Guinea. It didn't say the Solomon Islands. It didn't say
No.
Nepal. All right.
Right.
It says that though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of the elect that will be in America, not these other places. There's remnant there. We know that there's Lord going to deliver whatever he's going to deliver, but the main ship, the father ship, the Abba ship, is going to be over Babylon the Great, man.
Right.
See?
Mm-hmm. So this don't say you get your passport and leave. No, it don't say that. It says, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil.
Mm.
It say what? Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer.
That's right. That's right.
See? We're only supposed to fear Yahweh Shema Shai. That's it.
Yep.
Esau can't do nothing to us without Yahweh Shema Shai allowing him to. Plus, Esau can only do one thing, that is kill the body. That's it.
Yep. And we're not our bodies.
Right.
You don't go to Airbnb and you stay in a place for a week and then you consider it your home. No, it ain't your home. It's a spot you renting.
Right.
And it's not our spot. We're here to do work. This is
Right.
this is a construction site, and we're in construction equipment because we're building the kingdom of heaven through our experiences, the things we go through, the way we build ourselves up in this flesh. How we come back to the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. That's through what? The knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the truth.
Mm-hmm.
We do in this flesh. Faith cometh by hearing in this flesh.
Yep. You say, well, you shall hear a voice behind thee saying, "This is the way, walk ye in it."
Walk ye in it. Yep.
And that's what the flock is hearing.
Yep.
That's what the Birmingham lambs heard.
They
This
said,
is the lamb. This is the way, walk ye in it.
man, it's gonna nourish you. It's gonna feed you.
Mm-hmm. They say, well, it shall be health to their navel and marrow to their bones.
Man,
See, let me get that. Man, I'm sleepy. Golly.
I know it.
They say, hold on.
That's why it says they wear out the saints, man. You know, through us doing these work jobs, and hey, we work our fucking asses off, bro. You know, and
Yeah.
to barely have nothing. That's why we praying to the Lord of the harvest, and we saying that, you know, may Yabashimi Shah delivers his elect, man. You know, and we worn the fuck out here, man. But then on top of that, we still carry and maintain our what? We can maintain our lot. We have
Yeah.
to. This is only because the Lord deserves your effort, because he's going to pay us, man. We about to get checks, man. If we be in those and we endure, the Lord's about to write good checks, good hearty payment for the every sorrow that we went through, which is an amazing a promise to have in front of us, man.
Mm-hmm.
You got that?
Yep. This is Proverbs 4:22. It say, well, so I started 21. Let them not depart from thine eyes, keep them in the midst of thine heart.
That means
For
keep
they
it. That means your heart is the Hebrew word for lob, which means
mine.
your mind. Your mind. So keep your mind centered on this truth. No matter the
Mm-hmm.
world, Jake. We ain't sitting here to no. Actually, you need to know that you're weak, because that's why the Lord said, "In weakness, I'm made strong. In your weakness, I'm made strong."
Right.
So if you are weak, hey, then that means you need to pray that much more to say, Lord, I am tired. I'm not feeling it. I'm hurt. I'm thinking if something happens in your life, confess unto that. It says, lay your troubles on him because he cares for you.
Right.
Jake, you can't ride this alone. That's what Nate and all them are doing. They ain't really praying for he only prayed because he was getting sickly as hell. And he knew he had to put up an intervention when he was done. But it shouldn't get like that. You should thank the Heavenly Father for everything that you have without the things that you don't have, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Go
You
ahead, bro.
say, for they are life unto those that find them, and health to all their flesh.
Yep. This is life. If you if you
Mm-hmm.
if you if you did not choose this truth, you would be in a dead state. I don't care if you made $1 million, $100 million, you found out an invention, you became an entrepreneur. If you never found this truth, you never committed yourself to the truth, you were dead, man. You haven't
Yep.
done anything worth a damn in this world, man.
Because it say they are dead while they live.
That's right, bro.
So, amen. Man, because wisdom gives life to them that have it. Money don't give life to nobody.
Nah, money is a tool used by whatever it is. If you a no shit person, you get money. Guess what? You're gonna be a no shit person with money.
Mm-hmm.
Just like we see prime examples of. Look at the Tazadakia. That dude, he was a no shit dude with money, and he showed it.
Yep.
Because you changed the doctrine. If you really found worthy and you really believe that this was the truth from Yabashimi Al-Shai, there's no way you can sell out. You couldn't sell out because you know it's not for you to sell.
Right.
You would know that, damn, I can't sell it out. It's not even mine.
Because it say what? Buy the truth and sell it not.
Man, come on,
And he sold it. Come on, man. And calling himself the God sent comforter. Nigga, who the fuck is you?
man, he couldn't even comfort his diet. Somebody, God said comfort. Negro, are you crazy? He could he couldn't even comfort he couldn't even comfort a hot plate. Yeah, that's what he
Boy, that woke me up, man.
No, I mean, what did the Lord say? He said we gonna mock him. That he didn't finish. He's in the spirit world. He's good. He laughing. He probably laughing too. He like, damn, he got. He in the spirit world. He good. He next to the Heavenly Father. Like, yep, man. That was a hell of a lot I had to serve. But come on, man. He knew he wasn't the comforter. That's why the Lord got him on April Fool's Day. What? Damn, you know that was a surgical strike on April Fool's Day. Come on, man. Come on, man. Comfy. Are you serious, bro? God sent. You tripping. That's like that other, remember that other porky nigga we was talking about earlier today?
Oh yeah. Man, he had 5 things of pork.
All manner of abomination.
I'm like,
man, he had all manner of abomination.
Man, he had the pepper pork. What the fuck is that?
Man, I don't know what that is. I don't want to know what that is. I don't know where he came and got that from. Niggas got the pork that ain't come out yet.
Man, but the nigga though, but he was on dialysis.
I know it. Yeah. He just about to die. That's what he about to no Alice.
No, at all.
That's what he about to do. But at the end of it, we joking, kid, but it's not, man, this is deadly serious, man.
Yes, it is.
We're coming to the time where the Lord is going to comfort his elect, and those that he has not, that aren't his, he's not going to do. You have to, hey, Trump waiting on you, Jake. You better look in his eyes. Who you think sent those people to Haiti, man? They want to fuck with Jake. They just been playing around with the Latin tribe, man.
Mm-hmm.
They just been playing around and getting their bearings about him. Hey, Jake is a different type of beast, man.
Yeah.
Jake, that's what he saw. Because it ain't gonna take too long before they start doing armed actions against Jake.
Mm-hmm.
Because then how you gonna discern between a Haitian and an American? They look the damn same. How are they gonna discern that, man? You gonna have niggas getting grabbed up and they gonna call them Haitians, man.
Yeah, because you just can't look at a Levite and just know he's a Levite from a Judite.
You can't. You can't, bro. You can't. You can't. How are they gonna discern that? They're just gonna start snatching. They might just put it on you. You are Haitian. You won't even they just gonna call you Haitian.
Yeah.
And then they had a situation where they were dropping, they putting them in cargo planes, military planes with the tail that go down in the back. That reminded me of the slave ships that they were tossing Jake over the board on the sharks, man.
Yeah.
So that time is coming back again. They laughed about that, man. They laughed about Jake getting ate up by alligators and bitten by poisonous snakes. I never in my life. I know this man's the devil. I didn't think he'd be that damn. I'm like, damn, alligator Alcatraz. Come on, man.
You say what? They forwarded the affliction.
Yep. So if this is what Esau's doing in his world, in his life, what do you think is gonna come to the world next? And you got Negroes wanting to save this man, and he's putting your people in an alligator infested swamp and hoping they run away.
Yeah.
They might just open the fence and push them out there, man, and say, "Oh, Cesar ran off, man." This man is the devil. He's gonna show his horns and show you that he doesn't care for you Israelites. Because he has a short time, so he's putting it in.
Mm-hmm.
So we're in the times of what does it say of a trying, man? It came through great tribulation. This is the tribulation that's brewing, man. This man's talking about revoking citizenships and kicking you out somewhere and dropping you off in a land you don't know, which you're away from Babylon the Great. But guess what? Now you're gonna be in a third, and some of you, I know a lot of you Jakes and I used to third world living. You used to lights being on and running water, and some people they can't drink clean water. That's where you get waterborne illnesses like typhoid, malaria, all these things that you shit yourself to death. You come on, these are real life diseases that exist today, where you will shit yourself because you can't put nutrients back in your body because of the sickness you're going through, man. Go ahead, brother. You got anything else? I'm gonna let you read a few precepts. I got Proverbs 103 or Psalms 103. And if you got anything else, you can bring it on out. Then we can close.
Psalms 103 and what the
Psalms 100 and verse 3.
Oh, okay, Con.
Salaki. I know it sounds like 103.
Psalms 103 it say, "Know ye that Yahweh Shema Shah, he is power. It is he that hath made us,
Mm-hmm.
and not we ourselves.
See?
We are his people and the sheep of his pasture."
Come on, man.
So it say what? Know ye not that ye are the temple of Yahweh Shema Shah, and not your own selves?
That's right.
See? Come on, man. We didn't make ourselves, man. Yahweh Shema Shah made us.
That's right, bro.
And Yahweh Shema Shah knows us better than we know ourselves, man.
Yep.
Just like our parents know us better than we know ourselves. It's the
Yeah.
same thing.
Because they care for you. They watch you.
Yeah.
That's why the Lord said, the hairs of your head are numbered, man.
Right.
That's love right there. That means he knows you. He know you don't even know yourself.
Yeah.
So you don't know what you're capable of.
Right. And he knows why your big toenail is black.
Man,
He knows that.
He know your pinky toe ain't sitting right.
Yeah.
But that's love, though. That's love.
Yeah.
Nobody that, because once you understand that, then there's nobody. Why you care about anybody else? Anybody else don't even care about you to number your hair on the head. So why would you care about what they say about you?
Right.
Or why would you care if they have some thought for you? The Lord said, man, hey, do for me. Listen to what I say.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but that's what he's telling us as a nation to say. You don't need anything coming against you. I'm gonna do away with, man.
Right.
You know. Go ahead, bro.
It say, enter into his gates with thanksgiving and into his courts with
that
praise.
means thankfulness.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving means grateful. Enter into the gates of the Lord with gratefulness in your heart.
It says, and to his courts with praise. Be thankful unto him and bless his name.
See,
You say bless his name, man. They say what? And they still so stiffly for the name, Yahweh Bashim Shah.
Yep. So we know who Ezra wasn't looking at.
Right.
You know. Hey, so on that, brother, if you ain't got anything else, I think we'll end it on that one. That should be hit, you know. So the bummer lambs was the main point. Lord willing, was that a fine lesson for you brothers? And you can go ahead and lead us out. Any comments you got, bro?
All right. Aki, man, we're coming into some rough times, man. Let Yahweh Shema Shah guide you, and let the Rakak Wadash lead you, man. And listen to the Rakak Wadash. Listen to it. All right, listen to wisdom, man. All right. Say what? Let wisdom meet you at every thought.
Beautiful.
Do what Jacob did, man. No, not Jacob, but listen to what Joseph did, man. See, because Joseph was in the house of Potiphar, and his wife was in the house with Joseph. She begged Joseph to lay with her, right? And when she caught hold of him, he ran, and she lied on him.
Yep. What it say? Hell have no fury than a woman. What?
Scorn. See,
them hoes always fucked up.
Right. Yeah.
Like it.
But Aki, man, we almost home though. Stay strong. Keep going. Yahweh Shema Shah Brakatham by Hashem Rekakwada Shalom. Shalom.
Shalom.